crafty friends. Welcome to Grandma Katie's Custom Quilts. I know I have quite a few new subscribers. If you have not seen any of my older videos, I do a lot of bowl cozies and pot holders. What I am doing today is two different people gifted me with bowl cozies that they decided they did not want to finish. So I will be finishing those bowl cozies. One moment, please. Let me grab some of those. Okay, so I will be working on them. These are so cute too. These are so cute. And even after these, I still have like a ton of them to do. But this fabric is so cute. Look at how pretty that yellow is. And then the little bees that go with them. Is that not cute? Oh my goodness. So adorable, so adorable. So I am going to be finishing these up. And then the other thing and then there's all these fall ones. These were almost finished. All I have to do is sew around the top. Just do the top stitching around the top and they will be completely finished. So there's just a few of those to be done. I'm going to finish those up today. And then there are two very large ones, but look at how pretty that fabric is. There's this yellow and the blue. That's really pretty, and they're really large, so those could go for like really large serving bowls or maybe popcorn bowls or something like that. And these are all made with probably the Wrap and Zap or something. It's cotton batting, so nothing is going to catch fire in the microwave or anything like that. So there's that. So I'm just going to sit here and sew for a while and see how much I can get done. The pot holders these are leftover pot holders that I had. I had a customer that was ordering pot holders and she was selling them at a local antique mall. Well, the antique mall and the boutique that she was selling them at, her booth was not doing well, so she's going out of business. So I had a bunch of these left over. So I have been making these pot holders. I just want to get them sewn up. So I had 3 of these. See, look at how cute. The farm animals, and then instead of the red truck, it's the teal truck. That's more of a fall fabric, but I love them anyway. And then the other fabric, there are 4 of these. It'll be 2 sets of 2. And this is probably my favorite fabric. Look at how pretty that is. That'd go gorgeous in someone's kitchen. And I can go to Hobby Lobby and see if I can find some more of this and possibly do some bowl cozies out of that for a kitchen set, because I do have some kitchen towels that will go with that quite nicely and make some kitchen sets. Now, if you want to purchase any of these things, and I will put the link in the description, you can go to my to-do shop and look under Grandma Katie Custom Quilts, and in to-do, TEDOOO, and you can find me there. I have all sorts of kitchen towels right now that are listed. Once I get all of these bowl cozies and pot holders finished, I will be listing them as well. So, excuse me, sorry about that. Yes, so I'm gonna just get busy and finish these pot holders and then get busy with the bowl cozies. learned when I am doing these bowl cozies, in order to keep everything straight and smooth, is to use this foot right here. I believe I'm going to call that my walking foot, because it keeps the, I believe that's a walking foot, because when I use it, I've noticed when I use it, it keeps the top and the bottom together, and nothing scrunches incorrectly. So it helps tremendously to use it. So. Now, again, if you're new to this channel and you've never seen me make a pot holder, what I'm doing is, once I get this sewn, I trim any excess from the outside to get rid of the bulk. You may have already known that, but I'm just reiterating what I do for those of you who don't know. Right, and see how smooth and pretty that comes out. And then you can hang your pot holder like that. Now I can do my top stitching. And I go right along the outside edge. And I make sure that the presser foot is right on the outside edge of the pot holder. Okay, now for those of you who are new to my channel, what I do is I go all the way around, and then I do not lift my foot, because I go straight down the middle, then I end it there, then I lift my foot. Now I will go back and make the X. And then I will come back and I will make a diamond shape. Okay, and how I make the diamond shape, when I first started, I would mark it with a disappearing ink pen. But then I was like, that's a lot of time and effort. So then I would put a pin, one there, and one on each side, so that I could make my mark. So that's what I'm going to do here, just to show you how I mark this and get to my point. Because I will fold this exactly in half, so that I will hit my mark exactly where I need to go, because I want this to be, and I want this to be at a 45-degree angle. And now I'm getting to where I don't even have to mark it with a pin. What I do is I fold it once, and I mark it with my finger, and I put the needle down there, and then I go all the way around, and it does just fine there. But for those of you new to my channel, do you see where the pins are? And that just helps me get to where my mark is. So, and it doesn't matter which pin you start on. Just start on a pin. And aim for the second one. Make sure your needle is down, and then turn. And then go to the second. There you go. Make sure your needle is down. Whoops, I need to back that up. There we go. There, and I hit the mark every time. And now back to my starting point. And make sure you do your back stitch every time. You don't want anything coming apart. There we go, all done. And there it is. There is my crisscross and my diamond. See how well that works out. And it works every time. So if you ever see a pot holder and it looks like that, that is my signature. That is how I make pot holders. So, and I'm only doing 4 of these, and then my pot holders will be finished for this batch. And then I am later, in a few weeks, I will be doing a batch of fall pot holders to go with the fall towels that I will be working on. Because I do have more towels that I will be working on, so. Sometimes I don't have to do as much trimming. This one, I won't have to do as much. I was able to get it fairly close, so I'm really happy about that. Okay. There we go. Yep, not as much trimming on that one. So. There's the opening. And I just reach in and feel and make sure that everything is okay before I turn it, because there have been a few times I have turned the pot holder all the way inside out, and for whatever reason that one of the fabrics did not get sewn completely into the pot holder, and so then you have to turn it all the way back over and undo some stitching and redo it and all that. So it's best to put your hand in and make sure that all of your fabric is secure before you turn your pot holder. So. Okay, so also if you're new to my channel, sometimes the corners don't poke all the way out. So this is the stick that comes in a bag of pillow stuffing. And as you can see, the end of the stick is very flat and very dull. So it's not going to poke out the corners. It's not going to harm my threads or anything. So this is what I use to poke out the corners of my pot holder. Okay, so, and that makes the corners come out nice and sharp. Last pot holder, and then I will be finished with my pot holders for a while. Until it's time to do the fall ones. That will be a few weeks. I'm not going to do my fall pot holders just yet. I'm not quite ready for the fall yet. I may do those in June or July. Not sure yet. Actually, I probably should get busy and do those because I have Christmas stuff to get done as well. And I could do a Christmas in July sewing thing. I think we should do Christmas in July, and everything I sew in July will be Christmas. What do y'all think? Drop a comment below if you think I should do everything in July should be Christmas sewing. Tell me what you think. And if you like my content and you enjoy what you're seeing, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Oh, my bobbin ran out. Let's get that changed. I had a feeling I was going to need that second bobbin. I got almost 4 pot holders out of 1 full bobbin. So nice, so nice. Uh-oh, I guess I better do that again, or that's not gonna... My sewing machine will not be happy if I leave that like it is. What is going on there? Okay, there. That's better. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, see, when I did not reach in to make sure that all of the fabric was where it was supposed to be, let me show you what happens when you don't double check yourself before you turn your work. See that? I did not reach in and check. And that right there is what happens sometimes. So now I'm going to have to turn this around. Wow. That's a really good example of check your work before you turn it around. Good job, Karen. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am going to have to scrunch over on that. Okay, now I gotta figure out which side that is. Which side did not get sewn? Was it? It's that side right there. So I'm going to have to go over another 1/4 of an inch. I didn't realize okay. All right, let me open it up and see did I get it that time. I got it. I got it. Yes, I got it. Okay. Now I can cut off that bulk right there. Now I can turn it again. That's why I say always reach in and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. That was a really good example of that. Very, very good example. And no, I did not do that on purpose. Oh, see? It's still, for some reason, I'm still missing that one little bit of that. Why is that happening? Okay, now I'm going to have to turn it again. Why is that happening? Apparently, that I did not line that up very well. Okay, now where does that need to line up? That side right there. Wow. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let us, wow, let me try this again. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna go another 1/4 of an inch in. Okay, did I get it that time? Okay, I got it all the way across that time. Oh my. Well, that was interesting. And I'm not sure what happened, but wow, okay. Okay. Oh, I did it that time. Yay. Okay, everything is together. It is in place. It is exactly where it's supposed to be. Everything got sewn that time. Yay. Is it going to be slightly smaller? No, it's actually going to be the same size as all the other pot holders. So I'm very happy about that. So all is well. Whew, okay. I fixed it. Yes. My goodness. And some days that's how it is. I got this done. Okay, so all of the pot holders are done. Oops, I'm gonna turn those. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to turn them all around so they're all the same way. Those are all done. Now for the bowl cozies. So let me see. These, someone had started these, I believe, with either white or yellow. Looks like white. So I'm gonna have to finish these off with white. But before I make these, I'm gonna finish off those fall ones. Okay, I'm just gonna lay those on the chair. And I'm gonna take a break for a few minutes because I'm tired and I'm a bit hungry. I'm gonna change the thread in my machine and then we'll do the bowl cozies. And because this was a 30-minute video and my battery is running out, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here and say goodbye, and I will do the bowl cozies in a separate video. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video.